Next, we're going to talk about concessions. Now, these are seller concessions where the seller sometimes pays the buyer's agent's closing costs at the closing table. We've done this for years. Seller offers a $500,000 listing with $10,000 in closing costs for the buyer. Buyer uses that $10,000 in closing costs to pay whatever fees and costs that they want to pay. Now you may see that used in order to pay the buyer's agent's compensation. And that's where we have to be careful. It's perfectly allowable. Let's say that we have a $500,000 listing and the compensation is 2% on the buyer's agency agreement. The seller could offer to pay $10,000 in closing costs as part of the contract negotiations in order to be able to cover that fee. So that's always been possible, and it continues to be possible today. What we do have to be careful of for listing agents is how we advertise these concessions. Let's say the seller is willing to pay the buyer's agent's compensation, and they want to pay $10,000, just as an example, again on a $500,000 listing. The listing agent may advertise that seller willing to pay $10,000 in concessions with an acceptable offer. That is perfectly fine to do it that way. But what we cannot do is to have it anywhere in MLS where it says seller is offering $10,000 in closing costs to cover buyer's agent compensation. That's illegal. If you can say that the seller is offering a concession, you can't specify it for the buyer's agent compensation, and that's where the key is as a listing agent when you're advertising your listings. Next on this is to be careful with concessions. Remember that some mortgage lenders do not allow them at all. Others have limits based on the loan program that the buyer is using. So as a good buyer's agent, you should be communicating with the mortgage lender on a regular basis to make sure that what the buyer is going to offer fits into the program that the lender has them in. Remember, the ability of the buyer to qualify to purchase the home is a material fact, and listing agents and buyer's agents should be asking these questions. So buyer's agents, be prepared to contact that mortgage lender and get an updated pre-qualification letter or pre-approval letter that may or may not include some kind of buyer's agent compensation within it. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to keep up with what else is going on in the real estate world. And as always, if you're thinking of selling a home, buying a home, or investing in real estate, give me a call at 919-669-4575 or visit us on the web at paterealty.com. Thanks. Have a great day.